Most people probably don't know this, but early America had walled cities, like in Europe. Bastions, parapets, ramparts, moats, gates, all of that. A lot of the cities are the usual suspects, like Charleston right here, Albany, New York, Savannah, Georgia, Nolans. Look at that bad boy. Dang. And the two that surprised me aren't on the East Coast. They're in the Utah desert, Salt Lake City and Ogden. And you start to see it's really out of place when this all started in 1853, and it needed to be 8.5 miles long. Now, mind you, Salt Lake City had just started. It was founded in 1847, but in 1853, they needed this goddamn wall, man. 12 feet tall, 6 feet thick, built from dirt, weeds, sagebrush, and gravel. They're in the desert. It's mostly sand, right? That's not going to build a nice wall, is it? They would wet it, pack it, and repeat. The whole thing tapered upward with gates and bastions every 40 rods or 660 feet. And as most projects did at this time, there was some fast progress, man, but there's no total record of completion. They don't know when it was complete, but in 1855, it describes a mud wall almost entirely encircles this rising city, to which it serves as a rampart. In a few years, 1860, according to the best eyewitness account available, the wall seems to be deteriorating. I would have called that. Now, I don't think mud wall goes very well with the word rampart, like you see behind me, or bastion, or gates, for that matter. This is sounding like a real fortified city. All it needs now is a castle. And if you know anything about Salt Lake City, they've got a few. And how unbelievable it is that in 1853, when that muddy, dilapidated wall with bastions, ramparts, and gates started, so did the Salt Lake City Temple with its 5-ton granite blocks. And it wasn't until 20 years later from the beginning of its construction that a rail spur even popped up. It was Oxcart. Again, they tell us it was Oxcart that was bringing these 5-ton granite blocks from 20 miles away. Like, how could anybody believe this? Anybody. During the time that the temple was being built, and even before the spur got to the project, the tabernacle was built from 1864 to 1867. This 150-foot wide wooden dome is perfectly made because there's no interior pillars holding it up. The acoustics make it an engineering marvel still today. And there was so much discarded granite from the temple being built that they decided in 1877 to build this, the Assembly Hall. And after all the practice of 40 years of building the temple, the Assembly Hall, and the tabernacle, in 1912, this, the Utah State Capitol, was built in 4 years. And I'd like to briefly touch on Ogden's Wall that was started a year after Salt Lake City's was, in 1854. It would enclose 1 mile square and is to be built of earth, 8 feet high, 3 feet wide at the bottom, and 18 inches at the top, but very little is yet built. Then it says the wall had stone foundations and was to have 4 gates, 1 in each direction. Ogden, Utah, the Wild West in 1854 needed a mile square wall with the stone foundation, or that little bit of stone foundation is the remains of the previous civilization's stone wall. I don't know if it's the wall or if it's the castles. Well, I mean, they both seem off, right? Love y'all and have a good day.